So these guys, they begin to panic because they know that they were eating something that was poisonous, and it was so poisonous they called it death. There's death in the pot, and they could not eat it. And Elisha comes and he says, then bring flour. Can you imagine being in the room and you're like, there is poison ivy in this pot, we can't eat this. Give me some flour. I don't know if you know that flour doesn't counteract the poison that's in this thing or not. Elisha, did you go to cooking class with Chef Gordon Ramsay? What's going on here, buddy? Because we know that doesn't, but you know what's interesting is God often asks us to do things that don't make sense. And the thing is that in that moment, what we don't understand is that we have an opportunity to partner with trusting God. And what doesn't make sense in the moment, what is flour going to do? And who wants to take a bunch of flour and pour it in a bowl of soup? That doesn't sound good, even if there wasn't death in the pot. So they obey, and they grab some flour and they throw it in the pot, and watch what happens next. Pour some out for the men that they may eat, and there was no more harm in the pot. Now, the reason this is interesting to me is because they all just witnessed a very real miracle happen right in front of them that made absolutely no sense. I mean, seriously, what if I came to you tonight sharing that story as my own from Brazil? Would you believe me? Yeah, man, we were having some acai down in Brazil, and some doofus just poured some poison in that stuff. And so you know what we did? We grabbed flour. Because flour cures everything. If you're Greek, it's Windex. That cures everything. And we poured some flour in the acai. All the death was gone. And then we just ate it and ate it and ate it. So you're talking. How many of you in this place would believe me if I shared that story with you? How many of you would? Seriously. If I shared that story that God did, would you believe it if it wasn't written right here in this book? You want to know the only reason you do believe it is because you choose to. It's not because of the evidence. It's not because it's just written here. It's because you chose to believe that really happened. Because to be honest with you, I can't go back in time and interview Elisha and test the bowl of soup and send it off to be tested and then bring it to you and you can taste it and be sure that they weren't joking. You see, the only thing that moves you is you choosing to move. The evidence is presented. Now what are you going to do with it?